One of the most important elements of growing your YouTube channel is creating great thumbnails, but you don't need a fancy camera or a computer to get started. All you need is your iPhone. So in this video, I'll be breaking down my 3 easy steps for creating thumbnails with just your phone. Hey, it's Heather Torres here with Think Media, helping you build your influence with online video and social media. And on this channel, we do tech gear reviews, strategy videos, and tutorial videos just like this. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. So now I know when you get started on YouTube, it can be scary actually having to figure out cameras and figure out the editing software to just create a simple thumbnail. And so I want to walk you through the 3-step process that I use when I create my thumbnails using my phone. So let's jump into the tips. One of the first major points of understanding how to make a great thumbnail is really not even using the phone yet. You want to think about starting with the end in mind. So you want to think about what type of emotion should you have in your face when you're making your thumbnail? Or are you going to have words on the side that you need to be pointing to? Or where are you going to be looking at? So before you even get started making the thumbnail, really think about the end in mind of what you want that thumbnail to look like. You know, on YouTube, the type of thumbnails that get the most clicks are the ones that have emotions. Yeah, it's great to smile sometimes in a thumbnail, but really when you evoke emotion, when you're pointing or when you're looking towards words that actually express what they should click on, that's the start of a great thumbnail. The second part of the process is that you want to actually take a lot of pictures. I usually take about 10 pictures every time I'm going to do a thumbnail. And the reason for that is because you want to make sure you find the right one, the perfect picture. And if you only take 1 or 2 and you get to the editing process, you're going to be disappointed because you don't have the right thumbnail that's going to get those clicks and grow your channel. So here's some tips you want to keep in mind. I have the camera right in front of me, but I'm over actually to the side because I want to use this side to put words on my thumbnail. I also have the camera about arm's distance away, and the reason for that is I want to make sure that I don't have too much in the background. I want it really to be my face so you get the emotion that's happening. Now, I'm using an iPhone 8. I have a tripod. We'll link all of the gear, really the tripod, down below, as well as the apps that we're using, but I do have it on a tripod. Now, you can also do this in selfie and have it and hold the phone, or like I have it here, I have it set up so I can just set a timer. Now on the phone itself, I actually want to move it to portrait mode. Again, I have the iPhone 8, it has portrait mode, and the reason for that is because it instantly gives me a blurry background. I don't want to do a lot of editing to this photo, so I already want the blurry background to have the effect. In order to take the picture, I want to put it on the timer mode. Now it can be off 3 or 10 seconds. I'm going to choose 3 seconds, and I'm going to have to hustle back to that couch so I can take this photo. There we go, I took a photo. Now we'll do that about 10 times through, and then we'll get into the editing process. So now that we have the photo that we're choosing, we're gonna go into the editing process. And I like to break this up into 2 phases. The first phase is actually editing and cropping the photo, so let's do that. Open up your photo app. You can get right to the photo that you want to choose and you hit the edit button. Then you go into the 3 dots and you have all of these different filters that you can choose from. I really like the vivid filter because it really brightens up the photo. When you're thinking about thumbnails, you don't want dull and dark, you want bright and vibrant. So I like to hit the vivid. Now I also am going to click the crop button. And then with that, I'm gonna click it on the side and click 16:9. That's gonna actually crop the photo in for me so that I have the right photo. I'm just gonna move it around so that I can get my face in this 16:9 and get my fingers in it. But again, I want a lot of space on the side to put the text, and I want my face and the fingers to be pointing directly so that that's what someone looks at. And you're gonna hit done. The second part of the phase is to go into the Phonto app. I like the Phonto app because it's a free app that you can add text to. So we're gonna go right into the Phonto app for Android and iPhone. You're gonna click the little camera button and you're going to go to Photo Album and you're gonna import that last photo. Hit done. And now you're gonna click right on the screen and it's gonna say add text. This is where you're gonna add the text, and I like to do less than 5 words on a thumbnail. So I'm gonna choose 3 words. This is a video that I created about what I wish I knew before I started homeschooling. So I'm gonna put on the thumbnail before you start. I'm gonna separate that up into 3 different words, and you can play around with the text and the font and the colors, and you can move that around on your screen. I'm gonna adjust it around. You can add a background onto it if you'd like to. So you can go into style, you can hit background, and you can put a border around it. I like to always think when I'm creating thumbnails that someone on a phone is gonna look at it. So I want the words to be large enough for them to read. I want it to be clear text so they can read it easily. And sometimes I like to play around with the color. Background. All right, I like how this thumbnail looks, so I'm gonna go ahead and save that to my camera roll. And now the thumbnail is done. So if you got value out of this video, go ahead and smash the like button. And just so you know, this video is actually part of a 4-part video series where we're teaching you how to create YouTube videos with your iPhone. Everything from shooting to editing to uploading your video. So we'll link that in the YouTube card and we'll list it in the description box below. Question of the day: what editing software or app are you currently using to edit your thumbnails? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.